Digitize and monetize with iEnt Live, the only platform that provides complete digital support for entertainers, promoters, businesses, and entrepreneurs. Leverage our one-stop digital ecosystem that will allow you to promote your music, sell albums, and host paid events, host webinars and sell courses, promote your concerts, sell tickets and live stream events, and market your business or project to generate new customer leads, traffic, and more. This is all supported by our homegrown AI-driven digital marketing infrastructure that has successfully served hundreds of clients around the world. To learn more, send us a message or call 765-4641.
Hi, good evening, and welcome to Bloodline podcast on iEnt Live. My special guest this evening is former junior national Calypso monarch and now adult Calypsonian, Duncan. Aaron, welcome.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I'm glad for being here. Yeah man.
Okay, so we start at the beginning. Tell me about where you're born and a little bit about your family and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I come straight from Trinidad and Tobago, West Side. From birth, this is what I always wanted to do, and here I am doing what I always wanted to do.
And what about family and things, brothers, sisters?
I have a sister by the name of Jelana Shufang. Yeah, mother and my father, we all connect.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your schooling. Where you went to school?
Well, I went to St. George's College, where I finished secondary school with all my passes, 6 1s and a 2, and now I am doing a bachelor's in music technology at UTT.
UTT. I was told that you originally were supposed to be going to QRC.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why the transfer?
Right, well, I transferred due to, distance and stuff like that. And also it had a lot to do with academics, etc.
Okay, all right. And as a younger boy growing up, what were some of the hobbies you liked playing?
Man, I wouldn't really say that I had hobbies growing up besides singing. But recently, during the pandemic season, I picked up a lot of hobbies, like graphic designing, video editing, producing, and on the fun side, I would say a little tennis here and there.
Okay. And how the whole singing thing came about? How you started in that?
And I was always a singer, I should say, but it was my mom who saw the talent in me, and she said that she's gonna put this guy in competitions and stuff like that. I was firstly a backup for my sister because she was in the singing industry before me, and I just loved being there for her. And I also wanted to be in the spotlight. So when my mom saw that in me, she then decided to put me on the scene. And one thing led to another, and here I am today.
Who were some of your earliest influences, both local and foreign? People who you liked,
right.
Your favorite?
My favorites in the industry, local, would be Marshall Montano. I think that's self-explanatory for the works that he has done in the soca industry, and I would say in Calypso it would be the Mighty Sparrow, also self-explanatory for the things that he did in the Calypso industry.
And what about foreign music?
Foreign music,
any favorites?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
and recently I like what Drake is doing.
Okay. Do you compose?
Yeah. I write my own songs. I also produce my own songs these days. On the soca side of it, I recently released a song that was written by College Boy Jesse and I and produced by me. The name of it is Play Soca, so everybody who locked on, go check it out.
Play Soca, okay.
Yeah, man.
But you play instruments? Any instruments?
Man, hold on, right. I do it from here and then. Some guitar, some keyboard, you know. So not perfect, but I just try a little thing when I'm building beats and stuff.
How has it been the journey from being the little boy artist and adult artist? How has that journey been?
It has been a great journey, man. I think since I knew myself, as in knew that, well, I am here, I was in the spotlight. From the age of 6, when I won the Junior Calypso Monarch, the youngest ever to do it. It's from then the spotlight just started to come on here and Duncan. Everybody started to know who this person was. And I just continued growing into that, flying all over the world, people knowing my name, knowing who I am, what I do. And growing into that life, I should say, I am thankful. I am humbled by it, and I am thankful that God actually saw the talent in me and chose to manifest it. And here I am every year bringing out new music, growing in the thing, and just loving every moment of it.
What has been your most memorable moment on stage?
My most memorable moment on stage would have to be, if I give it a political answer, I would say every time I enter stage, I love it. But my most memorable moment on stage would be when I was at the age of 7 years, and I went to Toronto, and the crowd was so amazed by how my performance was and stuff at such a young age at that time. So everybody just started to throw money on the stage. Yeah. Started to throw money on the stage and stuff like that. And I'm talking about US dollars and things like that. So it was a great experience for me at that time.
that ever happened since then?
Yeah. But but as so young, at being so young, it happened younger before that actually in Trinidad for an emancipation competition, I believe. Yeah, they started to throw money on the stage and stuff like that. But the one that happened internationally was something that was shocking to me.
How do you balance academics with performing? How you balance those two?
I would just say it was time management because I believe that you have to know that there's a time for everything. That's something that we learn in life, that there's a time for everything. And I manifested that in my life since a young age. And I just grew into knowing, well, this is the time for music, this is the time for your studying and stuff like that. And it worked in the long run.
Yeah, I think you've done a very good job. You should be proud. So we've reached the part of the interview that I call blood pressure.
Right.
It's a trivia section. I ask you some questions and you make a choice. Okay?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Royal Castle or KFC?
Royal Castle.
Steak or seafood?
Steak.
Kite flying or drones?
Drones.
Football or cricket?
Football.
Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Hip hop or Afrobeats?
Afrobeats.
Call of Duty or Warzone?
Call of Duty.
Okay. Nike or Puma?
Nike.
New York or Toronto?
New York.
New York. Okay, you've answered all the questions. You've answered with flying colors. NSCB doesn't want you to play with your life. NSCB wants you to be safe by following the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Stay hydrated with Caribbean spring water, natural alkaline spring water from the northern range. Aaron, you know, for a long time, many years, people have been trying to get, producers, artists, musicians, have been trying to get Calypso and Soca more palatable to the international market. Let's say to really compete with like hip hop, R&B, reggae, that kind of thing. Do you think that if compositions, Calypso compositions especially, are condensed, meets less length to verse and chorus, you think that will help in the marketability of the art form?
For Calypso?
Yeah. Like for instance, a Calypsonian I was talking to the other day, and the Calypsonian was saying that they had a song that the song last 13 minutes. A recording 13 minutes for one song.
I personally think that is too much.
Yeah.
I think Calypso's the days of 4 verses and stuff in a song should be over.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, I have no problem doing it because, again, that is part of the culture of it, and I enter the competitions and stuff like that, and I could learn the 4 verses and stuff. But I am thinking on an international standpoint to actually make your song like be streamed and stuff like that, played on the radio, on the mainstream channels, that is. 4 verses is too much. Yeah. 4 verses is too much. Soca has 2 verses and a bridge, or in Calypso terms, 3 verses. Pop songs and all of these things, same thing, 2 verses, a bridge, things like that. They all have the same format, and those things are selling. And Calypso is still at the 4 verses standpoint, and I think that is too much at the moment. Yeah. I don't think people have a short, everybody right now has a short
attention span,
listening span.
Yeah,
they want to hear the hook, they want to hear the energy, feel the vibe, and if they can't do that in like the first 30 seconds of a song, it's like, why are we still listening? On to the next. You understand? Yeah.
What are your views on with the COVID-19 thing on virtual performances?
Man, I am not a fan of virtual performances, but I understand that is what we have to work with at the moment because of obvious reasons. But I believe that things are coming back slowly but surely, because if you look at what's going on right now, what went on in Miami and other countries, things are coming back, and I believe just now, maybe it may be scaled down, maybe it may be for vaccinated patrons only. I don't know what they will be doing, but I think just now we would be seeing some kind of carnival normalcy in Trinidad and Tobago.
Performances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can you name 2 female artists you would like to collaborate with?
Female artists that I would like to collaborate with. Never thought about that really.
I thought so.
Yeah. Well, I would say that Patrice Roberts is doing a lot right now. I would love to do a song with her someday. I would also point the camera to Nadia Batson.
All right. Do you think that the art of Calypso should be added to the education curriculum?
I always thought that. I thought that from since primary school. However, I believe it still is in primary school, where in social studies they tell you in the papers who was the first, not who was the first, but they will be like, who is the junior Calypso monarch of this year and stuff like that. I used to have to write my own name back in those days. So I remember it was in the primary schools, but it was not in secondary schools. And I really think that it should be implemented in the secondary schools as well. Because I think if we are stating as Calypso lovers, by Calypso our stories are told, then we need to put our stories in the schools and let it be told through that. Because then you would also find a lot of youth actually starting to love Calypso, knowing the history and knowing what Calypso has done. And that is why that is how I think youths will gravitate to something. You can't expect the youth to like Calypso and think Calypso is something, I should say, cool, when they don't hear about it, they don't know about it, and they don't know the history about Calypso. That's why you would hear a lot of youths bashing Calypso and talking about that, and it's starting to happen with Soca at the moment. Because again, we are not teaching the youth how important this is. And this is our music, this is our culture, but we're not teaching the people, the youths of our nation, the future, what this is really about. We expect them to just know, and that's not possible, because in this world of social media where everybody is allowed to see a vast majority of things, you just press a button and you could see what's going on in Japan, you could hear new music from Japanese artists and stuff like that. So you would start to fall in love with other cultures, and you wouldn't even know much about your own, because while the outside places are promoting their culture from Japan, New York, etc., we don't do that. Really and truly in Trinidad, we don't promote our culture the way that we should be promoting our culture, in my opinion.
Okay. When I think of Aaron Duncan, I think success.
Thanks, man.
I'd like to ask you, what advice you'd have for young artists who want to get in to this business?
Man, I would just tell them, firstly, put all your trust in God. Right? This is not an easy thing, and it's a learning process throughout your whole career. I think you will be learning in your career until the day you retire. It is not an easy thing. Don't think that you're just gonna make a song and it's going to go out there and work, because it's not just like that. And some people have left the industry just because they made a song and it did not work. I actually had a talk with a young artist like a month ago, and she was like, this was a song that I did. It took me, I put all my effort into it, and then I went to a radio station and the radio announcer told me off air that from a first try it was good, but it's not really up to standard, and that broke her heart to the point where she doesn't want to do music again. Right? But in this industry, and I learned that the hard way, you have to be able to fight against all odds. Right? There will be times that you spend 5 hours in studio building a beat, then 5 hours recording, and you want to give the song the full works, and then when you put it out to the people, you don't get love reciprocated back to you. But that doesn't mean you must stop. And that doesn't mean you must just give up on something you love. No matter if it's just the industry or whatever you want to do, once it's something positive, never give up on it. We have a tendency in this country to, if you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, or something among that route, you're good. You're good. Nobody has anything bad to say about you. Nobody gonna say, well, you can't do that, you wouldn't make it. Nobody gonna say that. But things in the limelight, like you wanna be a singer, you wanna be a dancer, you wanna be stuff like that, that is you competing with big names. Everybody likes to say, well, you're not gonna do, you might make it and stuff like that. And I think that is really not good. I think we should always support what we have and always be there for each other. And I think that's something that we lack in Trinidad and Tobago, supporting someone from the bottom go up. So I would say to all the youth, even though nobody may seem that they are supporting you, you just continue going and you continue pushing. There's a lot of platforms out right now where you can make your own song become something big. So you take advantage of everything that you can and you do your best and forget the rest.
Yeah. I just have a couple questions for you. What has COVID-19 taught you about yourself?
COVID-19 taught me that I have a lot to learn, and everything in life is planned out for me. I don't think that due to COVID-19, this period of COVID-19, I realized that, well, in my opinion, that life is planned. We don't know what will come tomorrow, but we should know that our life is already planned by the higher forces up. And that's how I see it. Because due to COVID-19, I could say when COVID-19 is finished, is done, I would come out of COVID-19 as a whole different person. Why I'm saying that is, I came into COVID-19 as just a singer. I wouldn't really call myself, before COVID-19, I wouldn't really call myself a writer. But in COVID-19, I will call myself a writer now. So I came into COVID-19 as just a singer. And right now, I am saying that I am not only a singer, but a writer, producer, graphic designer, video editor. All these things I learned within COVID-19 period, right? Beside my academics, where COVID-19 came and gave me even more time to study and stuff, and that's how I did so well in CXC due to COVID-19. I would say that anyway. I think that all these things I should be thankful to the Almighty for blessing me with that. And it just helped me to understand how important things are when you just push for it now, right? I could have never seen myself doing the things that I am doing today a year ago. I could have never seen myself doing graphics, doing video editing, some things that I thought were very hard. When I learned the software and stuff, it is so easy. And I could have never seen myself doing that today. And I have to again thank the Almighty God for what He has put in front of me. Because I could have never seen it happening for me. And that's why I say everything is planned. Sometimes we as humans, we pray and we say, well, God, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. And we want something to happen immediately. But we have to wait. And I have seen so many of my prayers, my wants, my needs unfold in front of me this pandemic season that I would have probably prayed for 6 months, a year ago, or something like that. And that's why I'm saying everything is planned. We are just living the life that God already planned for us, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm very, very anxious to see what's next for you and Duncan.
Well, you kind of answered the last question I was going to ask you. And the last question was, what are your plans for the future?
Man, again, that is a hard question for me to answer because my future is up to God. But I would say what I want to push for is just to better myself, to learn things that I have never knew before. I think that is my goal until I learn everything in the music industry. I have a plan for myself. If it works or if it doesn't work, again, that's up to God. But my plan is to learn everything in the music industry, as in writing, producing, graphic designing, video editing. I got those 4 down. But I want to start to learn the technical part, mixing, mastering. I want to get those things out of the way. Then I want to learn the business side of music with your intellectual property, rights, and all those things. I just want to learn everything so I could do the full package right here in my own home. Yeah.
And I must thank you so very much for taking the time out. You know, is there anybody that particularly tonight you'd like to say hi to? You know, this has been streamed worldwide, so anybody you want to say hi to?
I would just shout out to all the fans, man, for all the love that you all have given me throughout the years, for the fans that's been here from day one, for the fans that have recently came. I'm thankful for every single one of you all. We have stuff coming very soon. If you all didn't hear the new music yet, check it out. Again, the name is Play Soca, but we have more things coming that will be produced and written by me. And again, I am taking this year and some years to better myself and to see what I am capable of. You understand? Many years before, I would go by a different producer. I would go and let them show what they are capable of. But I think now at this present time, where I am 18 years of age, and basically where my management was my parents and stuff like that with my career, recently now my management is me. So I am looking to take everything into my hands with my own music, my own videos, my own marketing. Everything will be done by me, and I am looking to see what I am capable of.
Very good. Can I add a word of advice to that?
Yeah, man.
Make sure you own your own catalog. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Your own.
Yeah, man. That's the point. That's the point of everything I'm doing, because I want things to be mine.
Yeah. Okay, Aaron, thank you so very much.
No problem, man.
You have been doing Bloodline podcast on iEnt Live. My guest this evening has been Aaron Duncan, former junior national Calypso monarch, now producer, composer, musician, artist, recording artist. Pulse by Bloodline on iEnt Live has been sponsored by NLCB and Caribbean Spring Water. Pulse by Bloodline on iEnt Live has reached its final episode of Season 1. Look for Season 2, which will begin with creatives that make Christmas in Trinidad and Tobago special and the best of all. Have a good night. Ciao.
Digitize and monetize with iEnt Live, the only platform that provides complete digital support for entertainers, promoters, businesses, and entrepreneurs. Leverage our one-stop digital ecosystem that will allow you to promote your music, sell albums, and host paid events, host webinars and sell courses, promote your concerts, sell tickets and live stream events, and market your business or project to generate new customer leads, traffic, and more. This is all supported by our homegrown AI-driven digital marketing infrastructure that has successfully served hundreds of clients around the world. To learn more, send us a message or call 765-4641.